Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pitchfork Fiber podcast. My name is Hunter. This is episode 13. And welcome to my podcast about knitting, things I'm making, my life as a grad student, and where everything happens here in Chicago, Illinois. So, welcome. I'm very excited to have you guys here. I hope you are excited to hear what I'm doing, I guess. It's been a little bit of a while since I've last updated last uploaded a podcast. It's been about a month, so we got a lot to catch you up on, but yeah, I guess it's just been really crazy, life and doing everything that I gotta do. So these are my new glasses, as you can see. I'm really excited about them. They sit a little bit higher on my face. Like, you can see, like, my eyebrows like kind of go in them, but I don't even care because I like them. I bought them online, so I had a new prescription. As you can see, like, it doesn't fully sit down on my nose, so I think if it would have fit a lot better. But yeah, I think that's probably why my glasses sit a little bit higher, because of my nose bump, but I don't even care because they look cool. I got them from zenny.com. Really cheap and affordable glasses. These aren't cheap, they're like good quality, but I got a new prescription, and I wanted to just I didn't really want to buy like the ones at the eye doctor where it's like $1 million. So I bought these online, and yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna just get right into what I've been working on, what I've been making. I guess that's probably the best place to start, since a lot of you are here to see what I've been up to when it comes to crafting and making things. So let us get started. So I've been working on my Kaskade sweater, which I started a long time ago, and if you've watched the previous episodes, you'll see what that looks like. I'm not going to take it all out. However, I have ended the body portion, so I've stopped at the upper arms, and I was ready to break for the sleeves, and now I've created a sleeve. Excuse me. Ooh, stuck. Okay, here's my sleeve. So I have one sleeve not fully done. I still have I'm done with the increases, so now I'm just continuing to make it long enough, but it's really beautiful. This gorgeous double moss stitch pattern, and then this really pretty mock seam that's like, this is going to be on the inside of the arm. So just a really beautiful detail that is also on the body of the sweater, and it's absolutely gorgeous stitch definition. So pretty. It's really nice. Not going as slow as I thought. It's going quicker, but I haven't worked on this in forever. I don't think I've worked on this since like for probably 3 weeks or maybe 4 weeks, because I've just been so busy. This sounds bad, but knitting has kind of taken a back seat for a while, just because I've been so crazy busy. But yeah, what's new, right? But yeah, it's really pretty. Tubular cast on. Let's get this out of the way. Tubular cast on, really pretty, nice and stretchy. Yeah, just like super nice. So this will be really nice. I don't have that much to do on this one. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe only an inch or so more or something. I don't know. I'll have to look at my measurements, but yeah, so that's that. That's really pretty. That's on its way. I don't know. Maybe I'll work on it sometime soon. I think the whole thing was just like, I haven't really sat down and knit for a long time, but I'll get to that later. Next thing I've been working on is this. This is a new project. You've not seen it. So let me give you a little backstory about this one. I was online looking. Excuse me while I take a coffee sip. I was online looking at some hat patterns, because I was like, I kind of just want to make something simple, and I really wanted to do more brioche because I haven't done brioche in a long time, and I just wanted something really I don't know, just simple and like a hat or something. And I was online and I was looking at, it was like, I forget where it was. It was either like, it was like Tommy Hilfiger maybe, or Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren. I think it was Tommy Hilfiger. And I saw this really cool hat that reminded me of like the Olympics coming up for American colors. So it was like red and blue and then a different shade of blue, and it was like really cool stripes but only half. It was really neat. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I looked at the price and it was $90 for a hat. And I was like, really, people? This is just a simple hat, but because of the name brand, it was a lot. So I decided I was gonna make the same thing. So I went to Michael's and I was like, I just want to get, cheap acrylic yarn because this is a hat I'm going to use like all the time, and I needed 3 colors or more, and I don't have really the money to buy. And I was like, whatever, it's acrylic, it's soft, it's nice. So I went to Michael's, I picked some up, and the colors that I picked up were this really pretty, like, it's like almost, it's not teal, but it's like a different shade of navy. It's definitely navy. So this navy color, and then this like royal blue color, and then bright red. So you can see kind of where I'm coming from, the red, white, and blue. But then I was like, I don't really want to make a hat anymore. I was just online looking at my library on Ravelry, and I was like, I'm going to make a gigantic, because I've been wearing shawls almost every day. It's like, I'm going to make a gigantic dotted race, because I already made one. I want to make one bigger. So I started on a dotted race. And this, oh gosh, I'm right in the middle. Anyways, this is what I got. Do you see it? Do you see it? I probably should have like definitely, this is the one end of it where all the colors kind of meet up. You can see kind of where all the red is. Red, and it's like striping. It kind of reminds me of Spider-Man, which I was like, this is really juvenile, but I feel like it looks cool. It's just gonna be like huge wrap. Yeah, it's really pretty. I love it, and I want it to be really big, so I'm probably gonna go back and get some more to make it like, I want it to be almost like a blanket, and I can just put it around my shoulders and stuff while I'm in school. But this is pretty awesome. I'm really enjoying it. And it's super fast because it's, worsted weight. But this is just something I've been working on like a little bit here and there, I guess. Yeah. So Dotted Rays by Stephen West in this. Do I have the yarn? But this is just like from Michael's. It was like $4 a skein. So yeah. Next thing I have been working on are some other things. I'm going to show you this first. So I was gifted this gorgeous ball of yarn. And it's called Ian Room. It's from Iceland. And it's gorgeous. Look at this. Ooh. So beautiful. And it's Icelandic wool and Thai silk. Oh, so pretty. They're E+2 or E2. I'm not sure, but this is the label. If you can read that. And it's so pretty. I'm trying to find the specifications. It is 50 grams, 208 meters, 80% Icelandic wool, and 20% Thai silk. It's made in Iceland at Istex. So cool, and this is like my favorite color. And if you look closely, you can see it's like double spun. Can you see that? It's like the silk and the wool are like a candy cane. You can kind of see it. And it makes a really pretty color. I love this. This is like my favorite color. So I love that. Thank you so much to the person who gifted this to me. Other things I've been working on are some projects that are not complete and haven't even really been started, but they're ideas. So I went through this whole kick after rewatching a lot of episodes of Project Runway that I want to make my own clothing from clothes that I already have. So like cloning clothes. If you've ever heard that term, like taking your clothes that you already know that fit and you really like, and then making patterns out of them, drafting patterns from them to then create new clothes that are in the same style and a replica of your old clothes. So I wanted to do that, and I wanted to make a really cool sweater. It's half zip, like really fuzzy, like fleecy one. So I bought this fabric, and it's just fleece. It's like super soft fleece though, and it is just so nice. It's in this kind of cool, like, watery color. Or, I mean, pattern. It almost looks like camo, but not really. So I bought this, and I wanted to make, like, a half zip, cool, because it's really cold in Chicago, and I wanted to make something that's warm. And I have a half zip that I love, that's North Face, that's like $100 that I got for Christmas. And I can make this for like way cheaper. So I bought that, which is cool. And then I bought some faux leather, and I wanted to make a cool bag because I just recently went to New Orleans for school. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I went to New Orleans, and I wanted to make myself like a bag that, not like a book bag, but like a side messenger bag that I could take kind of while exploring town, that I could just put stuff in so I didn't have things in my pockets. And when you're traveling somewhere new, you're not in your zone, and so for me, if stuff's in my pockets, like I'll put something in, I don't know, I'll like lose stuff, or like I'll drop something. So when it's all in one bag, I know like, oh, I have my bag, that's the one thing I need, everything else is in there. So I wanted to make one, but I didn't do it, of course. I already went to New Orleans, but didn't make the bag, but I will. And it's just this gray faux leather. And I wanted to make a really cool bag. I've been looking up tutorials on how to make them, and I thought, you know what? I totally can do that. So I was going to make a bag, but I don't even know. I was just going to make up a pattern. So I can't even show you what I was going to make because it's just leather. Faux leather. But, oh well, I have that. So that's going to be something soon. That's TBD, to be determined, because it's not done. Other than that, have I made anything else? Not really. Yeah, other than that, I'm not sure if the last time I podcasted I had these photos behind me. I don't think so. Maybe I'll take a video of this wall. These are some of my paintings that I've painted. Maybe I'll show you some of those, because you see there's like a random person behind me, but I'll show you that a little bit later, or I'll insert a video right here. So that's my wall. Yeah. Really, this is bad, but I have not been making things lately because of school, and school takes precedence. So really that's all I've been working on. Pretty boring. Nothing really new other than this dotted rays, which is not like anything I mean, I wish I finished a row, but it's a shawl. It looks cool. I'm gonna make more progress and show you next time, but I'm gonna sit cross-legged. It's so much easier to sit cross-legged. Yeah, so that's about it for what I've been working on and what I've been making. I'm gonna fill you in with some stuff that's happening in my life slash in school and what's been up. Um, so last time you saw me, I was in Ohio over the holidays, and it was Christmas time. It was wintry and wonderful. Well, since then, I recently have I before the new year I had to come back to Chicago because I started working a new job. Yeah. I don't know if I remember. I don't remember what I said last time, but I have a new job along with going to school, and it's been a lot more work than I expected. And that's like not a bad thing. Well, it's not a bad thing, but it's not like ideal. So I'll just fill you in. At the end of last year, I applied. I'm pretty sure I did talk to you about this, but I'll just whatever. I'm thinking out loud. I got a job as a graduate assistant in the Global Asian Studies program at USC, at the university that I go to school at and now work at. And Global Asian Studies, we call it GLASS. So if I like interchange GLASS, that means Global Asian Studies. GLASS is a program at USC that is not a major, it's just a minor. So we have a lot of students that are like cross-disciplinary. So we have, engineers and biology majors and literature majors and history majors that have a minor in Global Asian Studies. So that's really awesome because I get to meet a lot of students in undergrad that have a wide array of interests. And so it's been really awesome. And I work there as the graduate assistant, so I really just get to do a little bit of everything. I basically work underneath of the faculty and the staff in the department, and I do a lot of the not administrative things, but I do a lot of the just like stuff that has to be done in any department that like I do. So I've been like learning how to update the website and updating events. I was hired kind of as like a graphic designer, so I've been making like flyers and doing the weekly digest, the graphics for that. Any bit of like publicity material I've been doing. I haven't done a whole lot of that yet because our major events and programs are towards the end of the year, so I'll be starting to work on that. I'm also going to be creating kind of an informational wall exhibit on the floor in our building where our offices are. We're going to be creating kind of like an exhibition of, about GLASS and about the program and spotlight sections and informational sections and things. So when people walk by, they can kind of get a gist of what GLASS is about and highlighting some of our very unique things that we offer in the program. So I've been working on that, and I am only at 25% of the time GA, graduate assistant, so I'm only supposed to work about 10 hours a week. Well, that has definitely not been the case. I've been working much more than that, because as a graduate assistant, it is like a given that I'm going to school full time. So you don't normally work more than 50% of the time just because you have to go to school and do your own school stuff too. So that being said, I've had a lot of things recently that have needed to get done, and because I'm new and still finding my way, things have taken a lot longer than they probably should, and I'm still getting to like know the people I'm working with and under, and so things that should be taking an hour take much longer, and I've been working much more than 10 hours. And then I also am going to school and I have to do school stuff, so I just am like non-stop working, which for a lot of you probably work lots of hours and probably have children in your own lives, so you get it. You are doing a lot. But for me, being a student, I'm pretty used to like doing my studies, doing my schoolwork, and sometimes having a part-time job, but them never really like cross interfering. Like school is important, and school is the most important. So I do that first, and then whatever I had kind of as a side job always came like second, and I always just kind of like had something random. But this is like a major position where I'm like now learning a lot and getting to do a lot with the faculty, and so a lot of these things are very crucial that I get done and feel like the weight of what I'm doing is more important. So that stress has kind of been building up, and I just have a lot to do, let alone this new semester of school is quite difficult in the fact that the rigor of what I'm doing is much more intense. So this semester I'm taking 3 classes: public engagement, exhibition practices, and Museum of Dreams. And those are my 3 courses I'm taking. Exhibition practices, we are actually like, we were split up into groups, and we have a client, and we are building an exhibition from creation to execution. So we're working with our client, we're researching, helping along with them, researching topics, where you're helping decide what goes in the show, what the design of the show, what the architecture and layout of the show is, you know, everything, graphics, publicity, programming, education, everything. So we have to do that. That's a lot of stuff, and it's all done like outside of school. But awesome, because it's real world experience, and it's actually going to be a real thing. Like, the exhibition is going to be a real life thing, which is really cool, because in school a lot of times we just like talk about them and like practice and like theories of stuff, but we're actually like putting all that into a real thing that will come to fruition. So that's awesome. But then in my other class, we are public engagement. We also have a client, which is a real life institution or place, and we are doing public engagement and programming for them. So we have to create resources, educational things, and I'm not even really sure yet, but we have to do that, and that is an additional thing outside of school. It's just like so much, and I'm trying to just take it like week by week, day by day. But again, along with that, there's like hundreds of pages of reading a week, and I feel that like initial, it's like once I get into the groove of it, it's fine, but it's that initial, like it's only been 3 weeks going on 4 weeks, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I am busy. So that's where I'm at, and that's why my making has kind of gone to the wayside, just because I've been working so hard on school stuff, and I've recently just gotten over being sick for the past like 2 weeks, plus going to New Orleans. I've just been like, what is going on? So yeah, it's a lot, but I'm here, I'm alive, I'm well, I'm no longer sick, so that's good. What else? Oh yeah, I went to New Orleans. New Orleans was a really fun trip. We went there. So people in my cohort, in my program, and along with other MFA students, fine art students, art history, PhD, and master's students. And that's it. A large group of us from UIC went to New Orleans for this kind of exhibition event like thing. It's called Prospect 4, and what it is I don't really, okay, this is weird, but I don't really know exactly what it is, other than it's like a city-wide exhibition. So a lot of different institutions and museums and places have works that are like curated into the show called Prospect 4. And it was called, I'm not sure what it was called, but I'll put up the name right here. And it was a really awesome show that like had bits of it all around the city. So to see it, you like had to go to lots of different places. So there was even an exhibition in our hotel. We went to a lot of museums like NOMA. We went to Ogden Museum of Art, I think it's called. And we saw exhibitions of Prospect 4 there. We even went out and saw a lot of site-specific work just like out in the city. That was really awesome. So we got to do that, and that was like the major reason why we went there. I went on a couple led tours by faculty and some other people that I got to meet, which was really, really awesome. And then just like exploring the city. I've never been, so it was really awesome. I just said awesome like a million times. Okay, it was really cool because we didn't. It was like funded by our university, so that was fantastic, and we got to explore a new city. And the hotel we stayed in was so fancy and bougie. I was like, wow, we are being treated like royalty. It was very cool. So I liked that. Saw so much amazing contemporary art. Really enjoyed that. Got to spend time with people that I go to school with that I don't normally, see on a regular basis outside of school, and got to explore a really cool historic city, which was great. I ate a lot of beignets, which if you don't know what a beignet is, it's so flippin' good. It's like a fried donut. It's like fried. It's like cross between a donut, powdered sugar donut, like an elephant ear and a funnel cake, if that makes sense. And it's just like powdered sugar. It's just like dumped in a bag and it's put in there and it's warm. Ugh, with coffee, it's so good. I ate so many. And I ate po' boys and like all the food. So that was fun. And I went to Bourbon Street and like just walked around and we saw the French Quarter and a lot of amazing old architecture. It was a great time. But when I got back, I was like, so much work. I had to do so much work. So now that I'm back, this is like my first weekend that I'm here where I can just like kind of relax just for a second. So that's why I'm spending the time podcasting, because I'm able to just breathe and, take a step back from school stuff because I've, done all the stuff for the week. I'm going to take a deep breath. It's Saturday, and then I'm going to start tomorrow on next week's stuff and reading and take it day by day, but that's great. I'm trying to think what else is new. I guess I can fill you in. I signed up for another half marathon. So I recently joined right when I got back to Chicago from being in Ohio for the holidays. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start the new year off. I'm gonna get a gym membership. I'm gonna work out because after doing my Ironman, I was just like, I don't want to work out for a long time because I'm just dead. And I didn't work out for a really long time, but now I'm like, okay, I need to get back into it. So I signed up for this gym membership, and it's such a cool gym. And then I was like, I need something to like work towards. So I signed up for the Chi-Town Half Marathon in Chicago, April 7th. So that's coming up. That's gonna be exciting. So yeah, pumped about that. I actually can see my gym from like my window right here. It's probably like 300 feet away. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. That's why I joined this one specifically. They had a student membership discount. They have a pool, so I've been swimming, which is amazing. And it is like, I see it right here. So that's great. It's very, very, very convenient. So I love that. I did want to share with you one thing. I don't read a lot for pleasure just because my reading consists of reading for school. But I did over winter break read quite a bit actually. I read 2 full books and I'm like 80% done with a third. And I don't think I've read for fun more than 1 book. For fun? Like, I don't even know. I mean, because I was so busy diving my whole life, I feel like that I just never had time to read. And when I got home, I just like never did it. So, I mean, I literally like, I read for fun sometimes, but it will be like a book will take a year. It's kind of like that reading. I like this book. I'm going to read 100 pages. And then like 5 months later, I read another 20. And then it's like 2 years later, I finish the book. Well, for Christmas, I got a Kindle, which is like so awesome. So a long time ago, I thought Kindles were always cool, but I never really, it was like, I'm not gonna like that. I'm definitely like a book person. I like the physical book. I like flipping through the pages. I like holding the book and like feeling how much I have left to go. and I was positive I would not be a Kindle reader. But it's kind of funny how I was so wrong. And it's just silly how you think you're so one way and you're not. But anyways, I got a Kindle because I really wanted to be able, I spend so much time on a train going to and from school. I was like, all that time sitting on a train, I see people reading, and I have a lot of reading that are in PDFs through school that I don't want to print out, 120 pages and read that. So I thought I can download PDFs onto my Kindle and I can read for school. Well, it's actually been funny because I've not been reading for school at all on the train. I've been reading for fun, and it's been like my kind of mental break through the day. During my commute, I'll read a book, and I feel like I'm accomplishing something more than just school. It's like that 40 minutes of total time that I'm on the train, that little bit of time reading really makes me feel accomplished. So I've been really enjoying that. And I wanted to just tell you about some of the books I'm reading. So if you don't want to hear this at all, go ahead, skip forward, or see you on next episode. But I don't know, I always like hearing what people are reading, because, if you're watching me, maybe you think I'm interesting. I don't know, maybe we have stuff in common that you might want to know about, or that you might be interested in reading. I don't know, but this is awesome. So I want to go to the books that I recently have read. So my first book I read when I first got my book or Kindle was I didn't want to pay for anything, so I was reading the free stuff, the picks of the month or whatever, which actually were kind of good. My first book I read was, how do I go to it? Okay, I'm still trying to oh no, I don't want that. Go back. The first book I read was called A River in Darkness, One Man's Escape from North Korea by Masashi Ishikawa. And this book was not very long. It was probably 180 pages or something. And it was really good. It was very sad. But I don't know. It was so insightful. I love I love reading nonfiction. I love when there's something that I'm able to grasp from it, and I loved reading this book because you hear so much about North Korea, and it's just, for me, it's just this unknown place. I have no idea what's going on, because it's just I don't know, I just have never, it's all the stereotypical, it's just stereotypes, and I don't know. So reading this, it was One Man's Escape from North Korea. It was so interesting about a man. I won't give anything away, but you can guess from the title. He escapes from North Korea, and it's his escape was in my lifetime, and it was not long ago. And to think of what he was suffering through and what life was like, when I was alive, living my life, it just is such an extreme to think that people I don't know. It's very fascinating to think that this is just me speaking, but I'm over here living a really blessed and amazing life. And, I think things are hard for me when there are, so many people that are struggling to stay alive, or, fighting for their family and things. And so it's always, it brings me to perspective. It gives me perspective to think wow, how, I have so much that so many people don't have, and I'm very blessed to have that. And also it makes me want to know more so that I'm not as ignorant, because I feel a lot of times when you just live this lifestyle, you kind of are closed-minded when you don't really know. And I had no idea, and I don't know, it's just very good. No more rants, but this was good. A River in Darkness, One Man's Escape from North Korea by Masashi Ishikawa. Second book I read, which I also was a free Kindle download, was called Tips for Living, a novel of survive. I can't read it. Open up. It's called Tips for Living by Renee Shafraski. No, Tips for Living, Renee Shafransky. And it was good. It was like a weird psychological thriller where it was it wasn't really like a mystery, but it was. There was a, like, the name, like, you have to read the inside of the cover because it's not at all what I thought it was going to be about, but it was good. Yeah, it was interesting. It was fiction. A story about a woman and her kind of like double life, I guess, kind of. I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, but look that one up. And then the book I'm reading now, which I feel like is much more popular, a lot of people are reading it, is called Little Fires Everywhere, and it's by Celeste Ng, Ng, Celeste Ng. It's a New York Times bestseller, and I've seen so many people reading this book, so I knew it was going to be like a popular one, and it's really good. It's really good, and so I've been reading it, and I'm like, I don't know, it's so good. Do you ever find books that you're just like, wow? I'm ranting so much, but like, I like listening about books. I like hearing about what you're reading. So if you have tips for what I should read next, comment below, because I really am looking, once I finish this, I'm almost done. I need to start reading another book. And the reason why I love this is because I'm someone who is not the fastest reader. And when I'm reading a page for 4 minutes and then I'm still on the same page and I like flip it and then I'm on that for like forever, it's hard to keep going. But with this, you can increase the size of font, so I feel like I get into a rhythm and a pace where I just keep pressing the next page, and it encourages me to really keep going at a comfortable pace versus feeling daunted by like, oh, I have so much more left in the chapter, and like I just really like that. And when I close the book, it's not like you have to bookmark it, it just opens up to where you left off. And so I really like that too. I can finish a page, I'll close it, put it in my backpack, go on with my day. I get back on the train a couple hours later, I open it up, and I'm right back where I left off. So I really like this. It's awesome. And this is the Kindle Paperwhite. One of the least expensive one. I don't know if it's the least expensive, but it's one of the cheaper ones. It's not like the super fancy waterproof one with all these goo digi gadget stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I've really been enjoying reading. So random, because I have not been enjoying reading my readings for school, because those are dry, and I mean they are just like reading. So I don't even know. It's like it's reading jibber jabber. It's just like a lot of it I read. I'm like, what am I reading? But with this, I'm just like, ooh, I want to keep reading it. So I don't know. Another book I've been recommended is called Swing Time. Author by someone, I don't know the author, but Swing Time. If you have read it or heard of it, that's a good one, I've heard, and it's also like a popular one. So yeah, let me know. But okay, I've been talking too much. If you have lasted this long, congratulations. You are a true trooper. You deserve a gold star, because I have just been like blah 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 blah. But thank you for staying with me this time. I want to try, I really do, this like talking to you guys really is kind of therapeutic for me. It validates like why I do things, and it gives me reasoning. I don't know. It is self-pleasure. It like really makes me feel really great. So doing this is great. However, I don't do it very often. So I'm going to say I want to do this in another couple weeks, but we'll see because really it just depends on if I have stuff to talk about with you. Because if there's nothing to talk about, I'll find something to talk about, and it will be really boring because I'll just be going off on tangents. So thank you for joining me. If you've lasted this long, congratulations. I will hopefully see you all soon. I hope you have a wonderful time knitting, crafting, quilting, doing whatever. I didn't have a lot this week, so forgive me, but it is what it is. Go out there, make stuff. Comment down below if you have a book that you're reading that you really like. Maybe I'll read that one next. I don't know. Maybe we should have like a book club update thing. I don't know. Tell me if you like that idea. Not a book club, but like, where we like, I hear about what you're reading, I tell you what you're reading, kind of like let each other know. But But yeah, so I hope you have a wonderful day. Continue with whatever you've been doing. Enjoy it. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.